So, fun fact, after I managed to avert disaster last night and keep the PC from crashing, it did in fact crash before I went to sleep last night. So, it is worth noting that some audio settings and such may be awry again, because of the fact that even though it was saved, the crash ate it all, and I had to fix it again today. In theory, I fixed it well enough. In practice, I do not know. And I still need to go back and check over some of the VOD from last night as well, in order to make sure that volumes are good, because I kind of started playing that by ear a little too much, and I'm a little worried that I may have left Discord audio a little too high. We'll find out tomorrow. Oh, probably. But to get back on track of what is actually currently happening on screen, that is the settings menu. This is Eyes in the Dark, a purely light-based platformer roguelike thing that I was given for my birthday, so I figure we may as well have a look at it. A couple things I want to note right off the bat for this. It's got some neat graphic effects if you want to make it go kind of crazy with the colors. You can adjust the depth that effect happens at, like it only would actually affect the game screen, for example, down there, leaving Victoria herself unchanged, need be, so that it's easier to look at. Or have it be so that it does change her and everything else. Have it change just the background. Or change just very little of the background. I appreciate the fact that they have that much in the way of options for that, and there's also accessibility options. Game's too hard, or if you can't do something, you have options to fix that. Like, even in a non-permadeath mode, even though you lose a lot of the knowledge, which is the meta currency of the game, we'll get into that as we go, and a game speed option. I like that when that's available. Revite made the same positive move there, and I approved of it then, and I will continue to approve of it. Now, to bring everybody up to date, I did one run to test the game, so I will just tell you what happened, basically. This is Victoria Bloom. That's who we're controlling. She has a weird flashlight that can battle the darkness. Her grandfather, I believe it was taken by weird dark creatures in this mansion after she was invited to come here, and now she's trying to get him back. She has this watch that keeps bringing her back in time to when he was taken every time she would die. Basically explaining what she was just saying right there. Now, I didn't spend any of the knowledge I got from the first run I did yet. I wanted to go through that with you guys at the same time. Now, the bitrate's not looking great, so my internet might just be mad at me or something after last night. Okay, these are perks that show up in runs. These are items we can get. And these are new options for starting loadout. Okay. Let's go ahead and unlock the module unit? Sure, why not? Considering I only went through one stage and then died, and I got 5 knowledge, I'm not too scared of spending it. Okay, yeah, we get to have one of those. Okay, that makes sense. And it looks like the bitrate has normalized, so we should be okay. Okay, you can run around here to see the history of the Bloom family and everything, like Reginald, he's clockmaker. Raj, archivist. Helen was a botanist. Archibald, natural philosopher. Unknown doesn't have a head. Who knows who he or she was? Edward was an astronomer. Gustav was a hunter. Fiona, an engineer. And Elizabeth and Eugene were an explorer and mathematician, respectively. Victor, who is the one we're going to go find, was a physicist. That shifting darkness you see all around the edges of the screen right now is one of the main things we're going to be fighting against, because in order to get around in a stage, you have to get that out of your way, using the flashlight. We also have a slingshot we can use, though I kept forgetting I had that in my test run. So we'll see if I actually start paying more attention to that as we go. We'll see. Stylistically, though, I already like this a lot. Anything lit up white like this, you can stand on. Everything that's blacked out is background. It's a very stark contrast, which is useful, all things considered. Okay, you just keep the flashlight's beam on an enemy, and it will burn it until it dies. Because they are all creatures of darkness, and they cannot bear the light. And as you can see, it also repels them. Usually. Some of the larger enemies are not repelled in any way, shape, or form by it, and they cannot be asked to deal with that problem. So, as you can see up there, we have 3 shots of the slingshot that recharge, I think, just over time, and that's our health up there. That's a map. We need to get a key and charge it to get out of here, and that's how much sparks we have, which is our currency for using on screens such as this, where you can upgrade the flashlight, the slingshot, and yourself through your shoes in order to do a variety of things that we'll get into as we find them. For example, our dodge now leaves a trail of damage behind us. Not something I'm that big on, but we don't have something for that slot, so we may as well take it. In a lot of mechanics, I would equate this a little bit to Binding of Isaac, mostly because of the way your shot types can change drastically. Though Revenants is also another very good example in terms of shot type changing. And I suppose game-wise, those two would be closer, aside from the level design being more akin to Isaac. Okay. So we just climb around to get that switch. You know, that switch did a lot more than I was expecting it to. I'm not entirely sure what I expected it to do, but that wasn't it. These shooters so far have been the most annoying enemy for me in this game. Mostly because we have no real range of our own, so we have a bit of problems there. Aside from using the slingshot, which I still keep forgetting. Yeah, we have the option of the glare bulb, the radiant bulb, and the cracked bulb. By changing bulbs, you change how the flashlight emits light. Waves of slow-moving globes could be interesting. None of these have more range, so that really doesn't change anything for me. So I'll try the radiant bulb. That just straight away replaces the backup bulb. Okay. That has more range than the regular flashlight did, while not behaving too wildly different. There are some that are like arcing shots and such, and they take a bit of getting used to in my experience so far, which is not much. There's the place where we need to use the key. Light Trail 1 or Speed Module. Let's grab the Speed Module. Yeah, now our shoes are full up. I could have grabbed another dash module, but I don't know if those stack. Now, as you might expect, I'm still a bit tired after yesterday. I did actually sleep pretty well, though. Turns out exhausting yourself is very good for managing to get you to actually sleep. So, there's that. I do have every intention of still keeping today kind of short, though, to not overdo it. So I definitely still feel some drain, even after sleeping better and all of that good stuff. So it's going to be definitely a case of I need to make sure to know my limitations so as not to burn out. Though, I will say, after how well yesterday went, I do feel a bit of renewed purpose, which is nice. Okay, yeah, even though this only had range 1, this does seem like it reaches further. Rather than the other one by an actual margin. I was worried that it looked like it traveled further, but it might, like, do no damage at that range or something. But no, seems like it's fine. Let's see, extra shot augment, or chain lightning augment. Chain lightning was good when I had that before. That was the only augment I found previously. Let's go ahead and snag the extra shot augment. Now we have an extra shot for our slingshot. In the hopes that I actually use it more. Haha, good joke. But, you know, we'll try. I believe these are determining which zones you go to. I think I went to the garden when I was doing this before, and it went, not great. You can drop down through these trapdoors to go up and down. And that door we saw, you can go in and out of as well. They did very well with transitioning that kind of map type to a side-scroller, I gotta say. Because it all makes pretty good sense. And is pretty quick and easy to traverse. Okay, yeah, it looks like killing gets us ammo, because we just got ammo back. So I really should be using it more, since we'll be doing a lot of killing. But I just reflexively hoard my resources. Especially since most enemies aren't that much of a threat. It's worth noting, by the way, that the map is not shown up there while enemies are on screen, so you're not having that section of screen blocked. Which is also good. It's also hard to argue with Giant Bird Shopkeeper. Activate a Blast of Light when jumping. Okay. Increase arc radius when applicable, otherwise increases rate of fire. Yes? I mean, why not? Now, I am mildly concerned that we're feeding this giant darkness bird with our light sparks, but probably fine. I mean, our current shoes do nothing, so do I want shoes that will let me attack downward as well? The answer is not really. Let's try rerolling. Cherry bombs for the slingshot. That's another thing, by the way, is you can get different ammo for the slingshot, so you can change how the slingshot works entirely, too. We may as well grab that. I haven't used any different ammo for the slingshot yet. I will say the rate of fire doesn't seem that much higher, but it's fine. It also feels a little weird when you jump off these ropes and go straight sideways. Let's go fight us a boss. The Insector. Round 1 against this wasn't that bad. We went back in time, Victoria. That's how it's possible. She's still figuring a lot of this out. Which makes sense. She's just a kid, and she's gotten suddenly thrust in the middle of this whole mess. Yeah, basically, watch out for his charges and his ground slams, and this guy's basically a non-issue. Because those are the only two moves he showed to have. He might have something else, and he just didn't use it last time. Which could become an issue, but we'll find out. Oh! He's got that, apparently. Oh, I did not realize that the slingshot slows down time. Maybe I should be using that more, in fact, yeah. They probably are expecting me to be using that, and that's probably the problem I've been having. Because the second stage seemed remarkably brutal compared to the first one, and it might just be that they actually started expecting me to use mechanics instead of just holding flashlight to win. But as you see, she absorbs the creature into the light bulb. I mean, it's only fair. You come back again and again, so he comes back again and again. Mm-hmm. The house is a machine that moves around every time. Mechanic we're pretty used to at this point. We can fast travel around. Specifically, we can fast travel to transition points. So we can more conveniently go between areas. I'm actually going to go to the parlor this time because I'm pretty confident I went to the garden when I did my test. So we'll see how this place looks. You get a perk, but you also get an impediment every time you transition to a gate. I do like how well they explain all of this up here. Is it gives a lore explanation that it diverges your timeline, and then it tells you that all of it stacks and everything. Which is good information to have, because otherwise you'd have to sit there and trial and error to find out if that worked. Let's see. Expensive shop wouldn't be too bad. Shops are pretty cheap. I don't need an extra projectile, so that one's no-go. Damage resistance for them seems like it could be dangerous, but I'm curious what the gadget would be. And I think curiosity is going to be what's going to get me in trouble here. Feather shoes, slow fall. Okay. Whee! Okay, so these spinning guys are still here too. These guys were some of the problem, is there's these enemies that fire projectiles you can destroy that bounce around the room, and there's these weird spinners that go around the room. So you can have a lot of stuff just all over the room you're in very quickly. Okay, I don't know what Daze does. It seems like it slows them down, maybe? Because I don't think it stunned him, but he wasn't attacking either, so it's hard to tell. Of course, you gotta actually go collect the sparks, or you don't get them. I don't know if they despawn. I haven't let them. Since that one's still up here, I'd say they probably don't despawn. Barring maybe leaving the room. We haven't tested that yet, so I can't guarantee that leaving the room is either relevant or not relevant. But the only complaint I have so far with this is that the menu's a bit jarringly bright compared to the rest of the game. Because, you know, 90% of the screen is black, and then you open the menu and suddenly your entire screen is just pure white. So it can be a little blinding. But there is a brightness setting as well, so I probably could adjust that to save myself. Flash damage battery. Okay. Considering it said flash damage chance, I'm going to assume that's like a critical rate or something. You need to cut the shit. part of Cut the Shit didn't you understand? Thankfully, as you can see, you can kind of camp their shots on their body pretty well. At least those guys that roll up the shots to fire. And if anybody's wondering what the health bars for these things are, it's the amount of eyes they still have. Like, I don't know if you noticed, right as that flyer was about to die, he went down to only having one eye. It's a nice way of showing it without, like, having cluttered health bars all over the screen and numbers everywhere. Though it's a little weird in that they give us numbers for damage and then show us damage visually. I feel like they could have just ignored having the actual damage number indicators. Then again, probably could turn it off if I really cared. Which it's not bothering me, I'm just realizing that it's a little bit of an odd split decision there. Like they may have originally intended to have health bars or something. Then again, there might even be an item that lets you see health bars for all I know. I haven't seen all the items in the game yet. There we go. Target eliminated. Hopefully the items are going to come back around and I didn't need to, like, time that or anything. So considering there's a path up there, I might have needed to race that. And my confusion may have led to us not getting anything at all. Which wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, because I don't see them coming around over here either, so I think we got screwed on that one. Because I took my time fighting the enemies. Eh, well. You live and you learn. Well, sometimes you die, you learn, but... It seems like Days just generally screws with them. Because he was flying slower. Now, you can also upgrade your flashlight and everything using sparks to have more slots to slot things into. Just in case anybody's wondering, well, you're getting a lot of sparks, what are you going to do with them? The answer is that. If I find something I can't make use of, I'll just grab an extra slot to jam it in. As you can see over here that you have the locked slot. When I get this, another slot will appear to the side of it, allowing me to continue further along the line. Just give me 1 sec. There we go. Just catching up with people because of another account that lost access, so they lost touch with me for a bit. But it has since been addressed. I believe I mentioned that yesterday, that that whole situation was being annoying. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work, but I figured I may as well try. Maybe I was on this stage, actually, because these are all the same enemies I fought last time. I'm having a lot of the same problems. I'm still a little scattered after yesterday. There went some more ice, I think. Oh, that was fucking loud. Ah, convenient. Actually, give me one hot second to check that. Considering how loud that Yep, we're good. No branches down or anything of that nature. So I think we're good. I think we're okay. Okay. Just now everything starts lighting up here, there, and everywhere. Laser ball. Ah! This specifically says it has a chance to do flash damage. Let's at least have a look at this. Oh, this is the one from some of the screenshots that looks like a kind of like a sword. Can I like poke you with it? No, you're immune. I wanted to see if I could upset the shopkeeper or not. Turns out, I do like how it inverts when it points at something that's the same color. So it still shows fine. I'm gonna buy a little bit of health, and then we'll play around with this laser or bulb for a while. Well, they probably got released by an experiment, which is how these things usually happen. We already know that a grand family used to live here, considering all the statues in the front room. Oh, it's a biggin'! Oh, I don't seem to be able to get that close to Broodor. This weapon might have been a mistake. Oh wait, no, it's counting when I hit the legs, I think. So I think I was just misreading the signals. Yeah, the eyes and such are shaking when I'm hitting the legs, so that's counting. But I have the slow fall shoes. Otherwise, that might have been kind of tricky to dodge. Ow, crab. I expected it to die a lot quicker than it did. Yeah, considering we actually get our charges back pretty quick, I really should have been using the slingshot the first time. But, you know, learning. Like I said initially. It also really makes up for the low range of some of these weapons. Damn it. I timed that jump wrong. Okay, so we got slightly more knowledge than I got the first time, this time. Yeah, that's the main loop of this game, it seems. Okay. So she's rationalizing it as when she's terrified. Which I suppose right before death she would be terrified. So the logic tracks. We could upgrade the selections and be able to take both the things that are in the meta machine. See, that or we start saving up for something bigger. Like getting the bulb unit right off the top or something. Which wouldn't be a bad idea. Or start unlocking some new items. Some of these do seem very interesting. But I feel like if I live longer, I'll actually get more. Hey there, Ember. Yes, yes. How you holding up?
Hello there.
There we go. Poop, poop. Ah, good. Yeah, the addiction continues. Back, Felvis. Back! I have a flashlight. Okay. Oh, no. That and that. Still can't deflect those projectiles. I keep thinking I can do something about them, but I can't. Sure. Longer dodge distance. Maybe I'll actually remember to dodge. Let's see, we can get a sparkle bulb, pulse bulb, with a cracked bulb. Let's try the sparkle bulb. I see. I somewhat regret my decision. Not gonna lie, this does not seem that great. We're just pissing light on things now. I don't really see that being that particularly effective. Does decent damage, at least. Okay, I think we're good to leave this room. So I gotta love how I was saying I have a range problem last time, and I've gone and gotten myself something with even less range. But again, at least it does more damage than the basic flashlight did. So I suppose I can't complain too much. In spite of how much I want to. No, I want to go up there. I want to go up there. Up. Hello. Makes sense. I appreciate you stopping in when you've got other things going, Xeno. So by all means, focus on your guest. This is just a quick pop-up stream so that I keep the schedule going more than anything. Okay, Bird, what do you got for me this time? Projectile speed, slow fall, light trail. Try again. Hover boots, flares, and jump height. Let's try flares, why not? Those sound like they'll do good damage over time. Yep, that should do exactly what I want. Excellent. That'll be a good counterbalance to the fact that our main weapon has no range. So I would honestly like to replace pissing light everywhere with something better. But we'll find out how that works out when we find it. Chain lightning. I think we might only have the one choice this time. Either way, let's get rid of Insector and then we'll figure out where it goes from there. I'm a little more worried about fighting him this time since we've got even less reach, but since we stay above him, I should be able to just rain on his parade instead. Oh yeah, we are doing good damage to him. by just pouring it on him. Oh, good, I can stick the flare to him. That's actually fantastic. Just really ruin his day. You know, till I have a hand spasm and it doesn't go where I want it to. That's a whole other problem. Ack. Quit vomiting whatever that stuff is. Bad, you should feel bad. All the big spooky monsters. We still don't have access to the... Oh, I see. With the layout we have this time, we can't actually go to the garden, so we're gonna have to go to the parlor again anyway. Choose. Gain 1 extra divergence to choose from, but you get less sparks when scrapping. Yeah, actually I will take that. I guess I don't get that divergence now? I was kind of hoping that was how that worked, was I was going to get that immediately and then... you know, benefit. But as it turns out, it's one of those things where you get an extra perk slot to choose from later. So we really just made the game more difficult for nothing this time, which doesn't seem like it really is going to help my cause. But it'll probably be fine. Sure, slow enemy projectiles sounds good. I can just pour stuff on their shots to make them not fly my way so quick. Yes, I pull this lever and that triggers the other levers. Touchy. No. Ah! What part of no touchy didn't you understand? Oh, there's a big thing up there, and I don't like it. It's a very beholder-looking thing. Do not care for it. Huh. Funny that I managed to land the flare right in the little gap there. Gonna go out on a limb and assume I pull this lever and those guys come out. So, can I? Nope. Ah. Never mind, there's an elevator that goes to them now, and they can come to me through here. Die for your sins, weird creature. Die. There was a very brief moment where I was very worried that the elevator was going to crush me. Definitely a hindsight is 20/20 moment where I'm like, I probably shouldn't be standing under the elevator. Too late, the elevator is coming my way. Pull this lever and we get rewarded. Fireflies, bouncy ball, or flares that we already have. Bouncy ball could be really interesting. I'm liking the flares, but these would be funny. Ping, 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 ping. Okay, yeah. Kind of digging that. It looks like we're not actually going on any of these other paths in here. I don't know what I missed, but we won't worry about it. That is a detail I do not need to be concerned with at the moment. The only thing I need to be concerned with is forward. And giant death beetles. Those are pretty concerning. Okay, that projectile slowing is actually pretty good. Especially with the amount of projectiles I'm putting out, which I'm assuming each then apply their slow, probably. Or at the very least, up to a point. So all things considered, definitely worth it to me. Let's see. We don't need to expand that at the moment that much. No, they're all full. Well, we'll see what upgrades we run into. So if I upgrade anything first, I'll probably end up not finding an upgrade of that type. And I'll just be sad. Definitely seems worth it to aim in their general direction, but not actually at them. With the bouncy ball, so it has a chance to bounce around a bit. Damage battery. Okay. We'll go ahead and add an extra slot to this, so that we can have more damage. Definitely seems to add an actually fairly significant amount of damage, considering we were, I think, doing 28s, and now it started doing 30s and higher. So it's at least +2. Which is more than worthwhile, considering that's a minimum of 10%. Let's not fight the boss yet. There's the door. There's a door, anyway. We did not go in the shop yet, either, so let's pop our head in there. Probably should have saved my money for in here, but it's fine. Apply burn. That could be good. Multi-jump would also be very nice, so we'll go ahead and get that, because we don't have any other boots at the moment anyway. Triple jump, okay. Now, fun fact about the rerolls, it doesn't re-add slots that have been purchased, so it'll only be re-rolling these two. But that's fine by me. Globe bulb and a spring module. We'll try the globe bulb. The range could still be better, but I feel like the way that floats on a target might actually be really good. We'll see how that goes. It depends on whether it does constant damage or not. Which I could see a case for either being true, so we'll play that by ear and find out how it goes. Pew, pew, pew. Yep, it constantly does damage while it's on them, so that's good stuff. I can also just make a wall in front of me to keep them from sending their projectiles my way. Or, in this case, make a minefield of my own. Okay, he is affected by gravity once he stops spinning. Back there? Nope. Parlor access. Oh, okay. I can make the map appear and disappear at will as well. We can gain access to the garden, so we will try the garden this time, so we see something different. I was making sure there wasn't like an up and a down path or something that we could take as a result of having gotten through the parlor. So that said, we're also not actually through the parlor yet. We gotta beat the boss, but we're at least back to this point again. Yeah, it looks like she's gonna keep saying the same thing till we beat this one. And then she'll say something about it coming back, presumably. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, that bouncy ball is fantastic for this fight. It just bounces around and causes all kinds of havoc. Pew, pew, pew. Ow. Crab. And the best part is, any light you make that makes contact with a spark seems to bring the spark to me, so I can just literally cover the field in bouncy balls and keep the money coming to me automatically. I'm so glad on a whim I bought the damn bouncy ball. Yeah! Face the power of rubber. And I'm guessing those parts lighting up might be like we gain access to different parts of the mansion, maybe? Yeah, the tower shouldn't be there. It's not added to the thing, so I don't know. Might also just be plot points, too. Like, hey, there shouldn't be a tower there, so maybe he got taken to the tower. Ah, yeah, now we have a fourth choice here. That is how that worked. Lose a spark when shooting the slingshot, but gain health. I find it funny that we have both sides of the same coin here. Gain a spark, lose a spark. Just imagine if that was the perk set on the same card. You gain one but lose one. It would literally do nothing. It would be a skip, pretty much. Which would actually not be a bad thing. But it wouldn't be the most useful thing, either. We've already got a gadget and everything, so it's either gain a spark or gain health. And I think I'll take the spark because we don't need health that much, and I'd rather not be throwing sparks away every time I shoot. Now that I'm starting to learn to shoot. Rated chain lightning battery could be really good. Go ahead and take that. Do need to make a spot for it. We'll go ahead and get rid of the damage surge battery. Because the chain lightning will almost certainly do more damage over time. Okay, I've definitely never been to this one because I don't recognize this music. I really like it, though. Not so much a fan of the enemy types in here, but, you know. I'm willing to put up with that for the track that's in here. All that dwell in the dark shall fear the light. As it makes its iconic sound of bouncing off the walls. It's a little slow to explore with the light ball. I kind of have to use the super balls to cut the darkness out a bit quicker. Not too big a deal, though. I'm betting those vines hurt me. I'm gonna try not to jump in them. Send those around to gather the sparks for me. Ow, you live longer than I thought you would, Mothman. Why are you like this? Aside from being good at your job. See you down there, you little plant. Can't be hiding from me. What do we got? Better recharge battery. Firecracker 2s. Feather shoe 2s. I probably want the better recharge battery. Give me 1 sec to check something. Okay, that's what that notification is. We good. That's gonna end well. I'll go ahead and grab that recharge battery. We're slightly short of managing to buy that and get an extra slot. What I'll do is I'll actually scrap the enemy projectile slow. Because we're not actually getting that much out of it. That's a pretty significant increase in speed, though. We do need to buy some health so that we live. There we go. This could actually be a run that gets us pretty far at the rate this is going. You can't hide in the darkness if I send the giant glow balls of doom in there. Oop. Boing. Boing. Boingy boingy die. As might be apparent, I'm still a little loopy after yesterday. Which is fine. Then again, I'm also always a little loopy. So I don't know if I can actually tell the difference. Hard to say. We can't actually get through there, but there's openings, which makes me wonder what the point of that is. Kinda suspicious. Let's see. Looks like we need to go all the way back down and around, if I had to hazard a guess. Oh yeah, this guy never died. Funk. Fixed it. I guess maybe this area is just the line, because there's nothing else here. Weird. Well, let's just fight the boss then. Since this seems to be working pretty well. Ivor. 1 sec. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna be out of Graveyard a lot more often from now on, kid. Graveyard would be spooky, though. I'm talking nothing but sense. I mean, if this is a stationary enemy again, I can just do this and just keep sitting those on him. Oh. That's how that works. Okay. That's its attack pattern. It tries to stab me with roots from the floor. And from the ceiling. Okay. Very good. We really have a very good attack set for stationary targets, though. Not to mention a good way to avoid slow attacks like those wheels. And he's dead. Yeah, that portal's new. Okay. I mean, if they have been here for a long time, why hasn't it been a problem until you got here? Remember the fallen. Oop. Neat. We're in space. You know, I was joking, and apparently she's agreeing with me. Take triple gland. That would make some sense. That might explain why they've been doing all that research, and why one of them specifically was a hunter, and that was notable. So the tapestry's a problem. Got it. Okay. So I guess that's all the levels that I needed to go through at the moment, and now it'll take me back to gain access to new areas. Okay. We got 15 knowledge from that, too, so we'll at least be able to get something out of this. Yeah, that's part 1. Okay. The daring delve into destiny. I feel like that's going to be a lot to ask of a kid. Which of these do I want? Because the light blade sounds interesting. So do a lot of these. Like burning slingshot shots sounds fantastic, because if you think about it, something like the super ball or the flares causing burn would be terrifying. I'll take the light blade for now, though, because I'm more interested in the light bulbs themselves and the actual projectiles themselves. I also want to work my way up to the wardrobe so we can get those different starting sets as well. And we'll take these because they're free. Back into the darkness we go. Now hopefully we'll have new areas available to us. Ah, it might have only had the first 2 open for tutorial purposes, maybe, and now more of it's available? Yeah, now there's the rooftops, the clockwork, and the attic. So we can go up. We still can't go down, and I'm assuming that's gonna be part 3, as we go down there. Okay. That's actually a good way to handle that. I actually like that. Because it keeps players from getting overwhelmed, but it also keeps it from getting drip-fed too slowly. Like, it's a good balance between the two concepts. It makes getting your first couple wins more achievable by having it be shorter initially. And then as you get better at the game, / get more upgrades, it lets you go further. I don't need to clear all this stuff out, but it feels better. Burn, you bastards, burn. There's also new enemies appearing in here, but I don't remember the little flies before. So I guess they're making the whole area more difficult. Which makes sense. Because it's basically a matter of we've proven that we know what we're doing, so now the game's taking the gloves off. I guess I'll take the flare. Because I won't be able to fortify reroll to get anything. So yeah, flare it'll be then. Except I'm an idiot and held the button instead of tapping it, so I ended up consuming it. Way to go me, I am a fool. So I basically paid 30 to get 10. Good job, brain. No flares for me. I'll take the damage upgrade. The range upgrade would probably have been smarter, but I'll take the damage upgrade. If this leads to rooftops. Good. Okay. It was a little hard to spot the trapdoor going down because it was in front of that cabinet. That's something they may want to look at. Is avoiding situations like that happening. Okay, Glimmer seems pretty powerful. Eek. Okay. We'll go ahead and take the projectile speed this time. This flash damage chance doesn't seem like it would be particularly helpful, since we don't have a flash damage mechanic at the minute. That I know of. Did we go in here already? We did not. Light bulb. Wouldn't it have been a hell of a thing if the levers were reversed? Oh yeah, it's this thing. I had this as an option in my test run. Played with it a little bit, went no, and picked something else. Seems like it's okay, but I feel like I probably would have wanted the range upgrade to use this one. So these would actually bounce around more, instead of just dying off so quick. Oh, convenient. Ask and I shall receive. Doesn't make them go that much further, but it might also be based on how much they bounce. Not sure on that one. We will have to experiment. It's not terrible range, it's just not good range. Which, there's been plenty of that in this game so far. Like, yep, it's not bad at range, it's just not good at it. We'll go ahead and take the increased jump height for now. I might get rid of it because it'll throw off my dodging, but we'll see. And that's access to the parlor again. So let's just go kick Insector in the face again and go over to the rooftops. And see how well we survive up there. Bubbles. Face the power of bubbles. Thankfully, the regular shots aren't too far off of how flares work already. So I'm not losing much. Hey there, Mendo. How you doing today? so used to the extra jumps we had last time now. There we go. Feed the light bulb. Fair. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised by that, but hopefully that stops soon. Extra diversion, spikes do extra damage. Sparks disappear after a while. We'll take the spikes do extra damage because we haven't actually been hit by spikes yet. And I don't anticipate that trend changing unless this area is full of spikes. They were really holding out on some good soundtrack for these stages. Damn. Like, don't get me wrong, the first stage sounds were good too, but every stage I've gone to after the parlor has been better. God damn it. God damn it. Go ahead and just pop in here right quick and get whatever this upgrade is. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll have a choice of 3 options once we get rid of the enemies in here. Go. One day I'll learn I can't joust with these things because I don't have any actual means of jousting. My reflex when something charges at me is either to charge back at it or to dodge, and sometimes my reflexes get confused. We can get the bouncy ball back, we can get firecrackers, or we can fix what we made a mistake of not getting the flares. We had the bouncy ball and the flares before. We'll take the firecracker just to see how it works. Okay, as you'd expect, it just goes boom. Slightly disappointing, but it'll probably do decent damage at least. I was out of firecracker juice. Eek. Eek. Curse you! I know he'll probably be saying curse me, but still curse him more. Right, those things throw spike ball. Got it. I thought that was just attached to it. Turns out, not so much. Okay, firecrackers go off after a certain time. They don't actually need to make impact. It's useful and not at the same time. You know, for all that this is called rooftops, though, I'm not really getting much of a rooftop vibe from here. It really just seems like the front yard or something. As much as rooftops. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Always hard to say. Already we're there. Okay, there's some chimneys at least. That's a little more rooftop. I guess this is all open air, so it is outside at least. Like, so far, I'll forgive anything visual based on the music in this game at this point. So far. This is very good music. Even though it's simple, it's just very catchy and enjoyable so far. BB bullets. Because, you know, we clearly needed 2 copies of that. Let's just reroll this shop. I wasn't too impressed by it. Days module. Health module. Why would I want to slow down my projectiles? Silly game. No. There's the light blade. Yeah, we did bother to buy that, so let's give that a shot. Ah. That is exactly what they meant this would do. Kind of regretting buying that a little bit, not gonna lie. I see a use for it, so I will try it. But I have a suspicion that I've made a terrible life choice here. Because my range is now, non-existent. Aside from my firecrackers, which I'm not super impressed by either. But, funnily enough, now I can joust those enemies I was trying to joust. It just still won't end any better. Spin. Spinning it is not the way to go. It is funnier, though. Spin. Tiny Darth Maul. Rah! Yep, you're fine. And honestly, if you need to rest to help your back a bit, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Same thing I said yesterday, though. And as long as you are doing what you are happy doing, by all means, carry on. I could get even more jump height if I wanted it. What I'm thinking... Yeah, I like my increased move speed, so yeah, we'll go ahead and grab an extra slot to take that. Because we're going to need to be able to jump pretty high to avoid a couple things. And there was a spot we can get to, potentially, with this. So it is worth a lot. In theory. Depends on whether I actually reach this ledge now. The answer is no. Much to my eternal disappointment. So I spent 100 sparks on, technically nothing. Actually, wait. Now I know how to get up there. I do one of these, and I wait. That might work. It's really close. It's really, really close. Yeah, that's fair. That jump might not be quite doable. Because no matter how I time that, we're ending up in the same spot, more or less. Okay. Don't need to worry about that, then. There's probably nothing up there anyway. I'm probably doing that just for nothing. aside from the sake of my own sanity to make sure there isn't something up there. But still, at least you got through Dead Space, so there's that. Go. We're gonna miss out on one spark, but that's okay. Actually, no, I don't have to miss out on that. Oh, yeah. Explosives solve everything, like we learned yesterday. Yeah, as the title states, this is going to be a short stream today. I don't know entirely how short I'm going to cut it. Initial thought was 4 hours, but if I'm yawning already and brain's already not super playing ball with me, it might end up being shorter than that. But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be very energy consistency dependent. I suppose is the best phraseology for that. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, I'll live one way or the other. I'll be fine. If anything, I'm actually slightly more worried about the computer than about me right now, considering it crashed after nearly crashing last night, so... But I think I know what the root cause to that all was, so I'll be able to fix that. It's not really a huge concern. I'm pretty sure I literally just overworked the shit out of it, and it just got real upset with me. And considering the actual crash itself happened while I wasn't looking at it, it's entirely possible Windows Update did some fuckery, and that wasn't an actual computer crash, so much as it shutting down of its own volition in spite of my intentions. Just to put a mild caveat there in case people are actually concerned. I'm not worried yet on that basis. I'll be keeping an eye on things today and such to see if any other unusual behavior shows its ugly face. If it does, I'll probably need to do some work on this thing to get it sorted out again. But I'm reasonably confident that there's no serious issues to be worried about. But I conveniently have tomorrow as a free day to do that, so it'll be done. Stingor. Yeah, I could see crawling around on the rooftops when they're infested with giant darkness bugs and such to not be great. Okay, he fires, like, weird bug missile things. And he drops bombs like the other guys were doing. Okay. feel like we're gonna die on this fight, considering our current health and the fact that we are primarily using what is essentially a melee weapon against a very melee-oriented boss without an effective means of escape, other than using the dodge mechanic, which could just take me into a different problem, so not the best solution at the minute. Whoop. I misread where he was going. Oh, he's dropping a lot more bombs now that he's in his second half. That's not ideal either. That's fine, we can fight fire with fire. Oh, that quick turn caught me. Yep. I didn't expect him to just immediately turn around like that. Yeah, I think we got most of the knowledge we got last time from the fact that we actually completed the run. You rewind time, everything goes poof. It's expected. I'm gonna get the augment slot, and then I'm gonna save the other 9, because I think I might be able to manage to swing getting the bulb unit. But now we have more options in here. Sure, we'll take range surge. And I don't really want either of these. But I guess I'll take the Trail of Light till I decide I want to scrap it later. Just thinking about it. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Everything getting wrung out together and then falling out weird. Yeah, temporary range increase is nice and all, but probably not going to be that effective either. Now there's the boss door. Which, considering it's just Insector, we probably could beat him with just the regular flashlight, but no sense pushing our luck. Guess I'll take the jump height, because neither of those are particularly stellar. Now is the point where I start getting picky, because we've seen all of it now. Or at least we've seen a lot of it, anyway. Oh, this should get us some new stuff. Choice of 3. Sparkle Bulb, Scatter Bulb, and Globe Bulb. I haven't had Scatter Bulb yet, so I guess we'll use that. Ah, it's a machine gun. Okay. I can get behind that. Bang, 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 bang. I really expected him to die before he got to me, which is why I took a second to look at chat, and I'm like, wait, why am I taking damage? This is not okay. Thinking I might have wanted to increase the volume of the sound effects as well, because they're seeming a little weak. Let me know if that ends up getting too loud. So that seems okay to my ears. I mean, we can certainly try the Glimmer effect again. Why not? That seemed actually pretty good. I'm just not sold on it for the slingshot. I would have rathered it for the flashlight. But we can't get that till we get the other thing, I think. The one we buy in the knowledge shop. You know, the thing with the thingy thing. The thingy thing from Singy Sing. Could get Super Ball again. Have I had Cherry Bomb? Yes, I have. That was the first one we had that had days on it. It was pretty good. But the bouncy ball was way too much fun. Go ahead and re-roll this and hopefully getting something cool. We kind of did. But let's take the jetpack boots so we have some other shoes. I thought for a second she had some kind of goggles or something on when she was flying, but it was just the flashlight passing in front of her face. You're completely broke, so nothing can come of that. Okay. It might actually be worth my while to go along the bottom floors, like to the parlor and the garden, and then go up from there instead of going straight up. It seems like the upper areas are more dangerous. Or at the very least, they will be for now till I adapt to them a bit more. Because, you know, why else would they be unlocked afterwards as well? So I'm betting it's probably not actually, like, direct number-wise more dangerous. It just may be more complicated, thus making it more difficult. Just in case anybody's like, well, you see here, the mechanics are that you can actually go anywhere immediately. And sure, you can go wherever you want, you just might die. Also, in a way goes the loudest truck in the goddamn town, I swear. Alright, Insector, for the 5th time, let's do this. Let's see how badly you lose this time. Damn it. You ruined my perfect by puking on me. You bastard. And I was too annoyed about that to dodge his charge. Yeah, well. We lived, and that's the important part. We cannot be stopped. And that is true. I agree. Could he stop coming back? Ah, if the first one built church towers, maybe that's where that tower we saw after the garden fight came from. That would make sense. But we had a pretty easy time with the parlor, so let's go back there for a moment. Additional enemy on death. Climb ropes faster. Ew. I don't really care about all of these. Let's take the map, I guess. Is enemy slightly faster enemy projectiles is not really a concern of mine. And I guess we'll jump even higher, why not? Though it's kind of stupid, actually, to have the increased jump height even further when we have the jetpack. But it's fine. We can fly. Like a bird through the sky. I'm getting stuck. Some help. Hey, you know, this map is so much easier. Yes, yes, I'm proving that so much right now. As I get horribly mauled. Damage surge battery. Nah. I'd rather have a damage up rather than a damage surge. Is, you know, getting damage after you kill an enemy is all well and good, but what about killing that first one? If you can't kill the first one, it doesn't do jack diddly dick for you. And right now, one of our bigger problems is killing any of them. So, not ideal. Flash damage. Great. Just rid of that too. Okay, it did make these bouncing things quicker, which is a concern. Not a major concern, but just kind of upsetting. I fucked up bad on that move. So far I'm enjoying this enough that this might become a regular part of the rotation for a bit. I do have something else I want to test out today, but again, if I'm too tired when I'm done with this, which will probably be another half hour or so, we may just end off on 2 hours, even though that's very short. So at the very least, we'll have done something today. Projectile damage radius sounds useful. We've got 2 copies of Glimmer. I don't know if these stack, but I'll go ahead and keep them both for the moment. Does seem like it's a bit bigger. Oh, it's the same layout we had before, where the guys are all stuck in another room. And then they have to go bouncing around. That should release the Eldritch Horrors. Oh god, there's one of them waiting for me at the top of the elevator this time. Rude game. Rude. That's what I think of your rude nonsense. Super Bowl for you. He was just chilling there like he belonged there. Got bad news for him on that one. I don't think these things belong anywhere around here. Little bitey boy was kind of amusing, sitting there just going, I getcha. Proximity mines, chunky firefly, and fireflies. Big explodey firefly could be neat. Proxy mines could also be neat, but Super Ball. This little shop down below. We're a little poor, but we can probably afford something. Since the shops typically seem to be 30. At least until you end up increasing the price. Whoa there. Way there, whoa there, wah there. that a range increase? Range surge. Is that what I already have? Yeah. And I like that fire rate increase too much to swap that around, so that's going away. A little bit more money for the bird, at least. What do you got for me? You've got glare battery, recharge battery, and the same boots I'm already wearing. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-roll this, because I think the charge speed's not actually gonna help the rapid fire that much. Let's see, cracked bulb, bubble bulb, and speed module. Try one more time. Flash damage chance, laser bulb, and scatter bulb. The laser bulb was pretty good. It was kind of short on range, which wasn't great. But it was very powerful. And I think now that we understand a bit more how this slingshot works, I am going to try that again. As you can see, not great range, but anything we come at is going to die a miserable death. And it's longer than the laser blade was, because instead of going out both ways, it just goes straight forward. Face my laser sword! My legally distinct laser sword! It's made out of light, you see. Zoom. Why I talk like this, I don't know. I forgot we didn't kill this area's boss still. Oh, hey, some sparks I missed. We are no longer broke, just poor. Of course, I did grab the laser sword right before this guy again. But it's fine. That's what this was for. Boop, boop, boop. As long as I don't touch the ground where the crab is, I don't even need to deal with the crab, really. He can sit there raving all he wants. I didn't realize I was out of shots again. Use them to get more shots back then. Stab him with laser for some more, and Broodor down. She's a sassy kid, and I approve. You know, that's a good point. Is someone actually rearranging it? As in, an actual intelligence doing it, or is it just shuffling? Hard to say on that one. I'm kind of curious about the clockwork. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually go to the path to get to the attic. Since we've already seen the rooftops boss and the rooftops area. And we'll cut through the attic. So we at least see one new area. And if we make it through that, we then see two new areas. It's a win-win. We'll go ahead and get a full heal. give us the best odds of actually making it through. I get the feeling the attic's gonna be full of spiders and annoying, though. Yep, lo and behold, spiders everywhere. So if anybody doesn't like spiders, you might want to not look right now. They're very cartoon spiders, but they're still just concerning enough looking that I could absolutely see somebody being a bit upset about them. Since they're all dark, spooky, and spiky. Which, hindsight, I should also start getting other warning texts sorted out. It's all well and good to have a flashing light warning, but there's a bunch of other kind of content warnings and such that might not be a bad idea to have available. Then again, if I know there's any serious content warnings, I tend not to do those games to begin with. But you never know what'll come up. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking things and getting a little too ahead of myself. Acceleration 2, huh? You know what? I'll get rid of one of the glimmers because I think this will be really funny. Me with the Super Ball. Have it bounce around a lot faster. Not as fast as I thought level 2 projectile speed was going to be, but it's still good enough. Okay, we found a lever, but considering how some of these have worked, let's make sure there's not another lever somewhere. Nope, okay. I wanted to make sure if there was a choice, I knew what the choice was, rather than making a choice blindly. I shall stab thee with light. Oh, that's interesting. They just keep bringing the room along instead of opening new doors. It's just the same room being brought along to give access points. That's actually a pretty cool idea. I kind of like that. Glow Bulb 2, Radiant Bulb 2, and Starlight Bulb 2. It's got fast recharge, but nothing else. That's got good range and arc. And that's got range and recharge. I'm losing damage no matter how I look at it. We haven't seen the Starlight Bulb at all, so let's try that. And that's what I was afraid that was. We're gonna stick with the Laser Bulb, even though it's a level 1. I suspect the damage drop-off because of those little sparkly lights was gonna be bad. This is when I find out later that I, like, dismantled the best weapon in the game, and I'm not actually going to care. Jump Boots 2. I'll take those. They're basically the same as the jetpacks in practicality. But they're level 2s. What does them being level 2 even do for me? I don't know. I was hoping maybe it, like, started with an extra slot in it or something. That has since been proven to be not true. Purposely chase the ones that get glimmered because they take more damage. They'll just die quick. In theory. Play you mean pinball. Dang it. They can go through level transitions. Why? Just flew right out of the room and it was gone instantly. Dang it. Yeah, no, I'm actually having a bit of trouble focusing. So this is last run, I think, and we will call it at 2 hours. Unfortunate because like I said, I am enjoying this a lot, actually, but... No pushing my luck. No, no, no. Yeah, dodging through burning enemies heals you. Neat. Useless to us, but neat. Fairy Bombs 2. The Globe Bulb 2 again. Try again. Level 2 recharge. Useless probably to the laser, but might be good to have in general. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Because we don't have anything great on this right now anyway. Grab that. We won't be able to afford what's in the shop if we reroll again, so we won't bother with that. We'll just take another hit of health and leave. It might raise the tick rate on the laser is the only reason I entertain the idea of trying this. Seems like it might have... I think he died quicker. Hard to tell. If it was, it's not a huge amount. Unless the recharge... Ooh, actually, the recharge rate might mean the rate at which it recharges this. The slingshot ammo. That might actually be a slight misunderstanding on my part about what it means by recharge. In which case, that's actually phenomenal. And would also explain why we suddenly have so many charges of my shots again. I'm learning things that I will probably promptly forget by the time we play this again. Which, do remember, the next game being played will be more of Alundra 2 on Monday. And then Tuesday will be more Breath of the Wild, probably? I keep feeling like we're getting close to making some of the goals happen in that, and then I feel like we also make a big step back because the randomizer does something fucky. And it also was having that weird crashing issue last time, so... I'm on a weird spot with that. What I might do is I might start with that, and if it gets weird again, we may just go to backup. And I'll just figure out a backup ahead of time. That might be the play. Which I really should have had a backup plan ready from the word go with that, because neither emulation nor randomization have ever been known for being super stable. As I mentioned at the time. So, I don't know. I guess it's been a matter of I've been very fortunate with emulation for the past couple of years that it hasn't been an issue again in a while. Because it has gotten so much better than the early days of emulation, but I don't know. I know I said that once already, but it's still true. I still don't know. Okay, let's fight Attic Boss. Arachnor and Snipor. Okay, so one close range, one long, probably. Oh, it's a fight like this. Okay. Oh, he teleports. No bueno on that one. He throws bombs. Okay. That's upsetting. Already not liking this fight that much. It's already bad enough that they're doubling up on me. And they seem to have pretty strong health bars. In spite of being a double boss. It is really hard to time dodging those. At least in current reflex capacity. Trying to get Arachnor first, but Sniper doesn't seem to be as dangerous. But I don't know if they're gonna have the classic double boss mechanic of the living one gets stronger. Yep, they sure do, because he just got bigger. So he's probably gonna have some nastier tricks up his sleeve. Ow. We are nearly dead. So is he. It's gonna be close. Damn it. I thought the bomb was gonna pass under me before I went down there. Ah, well. I think I was on the right idea, though, with going around rather than going straight in. As far as going around and getting to the attic after at least one other area. A horror slide. You know what? I like that. And we do have enough to get the bulb unit that I wanted. So we're sorted out for that. So now one of our options will always be one of these. Which is nice. But, like I said, that will do it for today. It is a short one, but it's fine. It's not a bad thing to take a short hop now and then. They don't all have to be like 6-hour or to 13-hour extravaganzas. See. Since we are a bit early today, our options are a little different, but not necessarily in a great way. Let's see if somebody else has played this today, though. Since this is reasonably new. Nope. At least nobody currently. Right then. Time for the standard strategy of flip a coin between the two people I'm thinking about. Okay. It's only fitting I reward this anyway. Okay, so we already ran through the schedule. No need to think about that. Thank you to everybody who came in, especially so quickly, considering this was a short one, and stuck around for the majority of this little bit of time. Like I said, we'll be back on Monday, and yeah, I don't really have much to add this time. I don't have any other plans running up at the moment, aside from what we've talked about before about me adding new stickers and things like that to the shop when I can get them done. But I'm going to need to redo the one I was planning on making into a sticker and a new emote because the sizing is off and the hands on it currently disappear when it shrinks down to emote size. But it's also too small to be a sticker, so I fucked that one up pretty bad. But it gave me the idea for how to do it, and I have the framing for it, so I can get that done pretty quick. But we will go pass this over to Crimson, since not only did she come along with one of the raids yesterday, but she was also kind enough to gift out a bit. And, you know, she's just good people in general. So we will head off that way, and I will see you all next time.
Oh, more. 9 out of 10.
Surprise!
Oh, fuck. How's that for a twist?
Holy shit. That scared me. Let me pause a second. Drac, hi. Welcome.